Hello writers, Mrs. Cahill here to do another lesson in writing. So you have been working so hard as fiction writers for a while now, and you have important choices to make every day that you decide, what am I going to work on? So today, instead of a regular mini lesson, I am going to help you make expert decisions about your big personal goals as writers. One way is to evaluate the fiction book you think is your best so far. So you are going to pick one of your books that you have written so far. I picked my story about Arthur that we read last session. And this one is the one that I think that I need some help on. I need to edit it. So we are going to pick up your story that you want to work on. So make sure you have that in your hand. That way you can figure out the things that you do well and the things that you need some help with. This way you can set your expert goals all by yourself. This means that today we will start with a mini lesson where you will teach yourselves, and I think you'll remember how to do this once we get started. So remember, friends, today each of you are going to investigate the question or think about the question, what am I doing well as a writer, and what do I need to work on next? So make sure you have your writing and pay attention to the checklist that I have at the screen. It was also attached in your Google Classroom. All right, friends, so this is the fiction editing checklist that we are going to use to edit your story. So let's go over it quick. You can choose to print this off if you would like, or you can just follow along with it as we do our writing. So some things that we're going to be checking today on your checklist is we are going to be checking, I put spaces between my words. Did you put spaces between your words? Just like this. She went to the beach. There are spaces. Now you're not going to draw this little circle, but you're going to have a space. Remember, you can use your finger if you need help. Check the word wall words. I spelled tricky words the best I can, and I wrote letters for most of the sounds. Twist, t, w, I, s, t. And I used end punctuation and capital letters to start sentences. Just like they went to the beach, period, and a capital S for she had fun, period. And here's another really important one. I can read my writing, and my friend can read most of my writing without my help. Now, I know most of us don't have our friends with us at home, but I know you have mom and dad, sister, brother, aunt and uncle, someone else at home that can read your writing. And remember to start all of your characters' names with a capital letter, just like Arthur's name is capitalized because it is a name. So let's take a look at our story. So let's take a look at our story. This is the one when Arthur gets to use his boogie board. So let's read it. One day Arthur went to the beach with his parents. Now I'm noticing that I put spaces between all of my words. And I spelled out my words, beach, beach. All right, let's go check that off. Put spaces between my words, so I am going to put an X. He was splashing. Remember this word when we stretched out all of our words, we spelled this tricky word the best that we could, and wrote all the sounds. So let's read this whole page. He was splashing in the water when his mom called his name. Arthur, come here, she said. So there we go. We use tricky words. All right, so here's our editing checklist. We spelled those tricky words. His mom showed him his boogie board. She said, you should use your boogie board. He was so excited. Now look at my word wall words. I used my word wall words that I know to help me spell this. There we go. He ran toward the water with excitement. He ran so fast, he fell and twisted his ankle. Now I notice that I started my words here with capital letters. And look, I added some labels to my writing. He was so sad, but he got up and tried again. He loved using his boogie board in the water. Uh-oh, I noticed something that I need to do. I need to make sure, because look at this. I'm going to read this again. He was so sad, but he got up and tried again. That's the end of our sentence, but what am I missing? That's something I need to work on. I need to work on using ending punctuation. Oh no, and look, there's no capital letter here. All right, let's fix that. So I am going to put a period here because that's really important because I need to end my sentence and I need to make this a capital letter. Oof, good thing I caught that well. He loved using his boogie board in the water. We're missing another period. Now it is a good story because I use my checklist to help me go through my story. Now let's take a look at our checklist and see if we can check any more of those off. So here's our checklist. So far, we put spaces between our words, checked the word wall, spelled tricky words the best that we could, and this is something that I worked on and I still need to work on, using ending punctuation and capital letters. So I'm going to leave that blank, but I'm still working on it. And I could read my writing to myself, and I'm going to check and see if a friend could read my writing too. And I started my character's name with a capital letter. Remember my character's name is Arthur. So all of the names Arthur have to be made with a capital letter. That is super, super important. So friends, what I am going to work on is I am going to work on using ending punctuation. When you look at your writing, boys and girls, what are you going to work on? Let us know what you are going to work on today. Happy writing! Remember, boys and girls, that today and forever when you write, remember that it is very helpful to get feedback from others, whether that be a friend, a parent, a sibling, someone who can give you feedback on how it went. Today, you are going to be working independently on your own, working with all of your writing skills. Remember to use your checklist. Happy writing, friends. Off you go.